All right, everybody, welcome to the College of Science and Technology Graduate Student Orientation for Fall 2022. We are so excited that we are here in person and to see you all. To welcome you officially, this is just a little breakdown of your speakers today, but to welcome you officially, we have Dean Klein. He is the Dean of our college, so if you just give us a little.
Pleasure to welcome you to Catholic University. Past 15 years or so has been growing its reputation in research, pretty much across the whole college. Beyond the traditional disciplines, we activities highly specialized here. University is trying to grow its research reputation. Typically means we have to focus certain periods of focus, but nonetheless, the traditional fields are still well represented. Don't know how the spectrum here, but should know that research is priority. I could identify. In fact, this year marks 60th anniversary of physical and I don't know where the intervening years have gone. It's fun. Impact research. So you're just beginning this venture. Like me, find it exciting. The message I can tell you is that life is about learning to feel. I don't think so. Pretty much changed third fields every day. I got bored with what I was doing. And proof to that is curiosity. Very often, best thing you can do, try and formulate very simple question. And question presents long, not very important. Still very often, tackling the problem, boil it down. One of the things I've discovered in my life, more you need to know very specific questions. The broadening influence of specialization. Tackle that problem. Fine, you have areas that you do. So I want to encourage you on this today. Seems paradoxical. Although you have to enjoy what you do. Problem becomes a word fire out. I'll say Bible for me. Trying to get answers. Sad thing about research, very often you end up going down a thought work. Shouldn't be discouraged. Doesn't work. We have to understand why. Sometimes you actually make a discovery. But that's the joy of research, the unexpected which and above all, have to get into the habit of writing, recording. Because in the end, it hasn't been published, hasn't been done. That's a terrible way to start. So I find the story there very relevant. So I finished my PhD. That's my PhD. They said, well, maybe you should write an introductory chapter. took me 6 months. I thought I was finished. But anyway, there was nothing original in the introduction. But I had to do a try to another 200 years before. Anyway, I wrote this up. Decent private reading, pleased with that. Benedict Department. One of the first lines in the paper was the literature in this field was a trackless wilderness. Perhaps what we write will be useful to others. But there's nothing original. But that is the part. Most journals would say it has to be original. And the title of this paper was Plastic Constant Material Threat. That paper was ignored for 45 years, 40 years. Then the Institute of Physics UK digitized its archive. Yeah, because the title is just very short. Google, people find it. So in the last 10, 15 years, this gets 30 citations a year. And now it's one of my best papers. I didn't see it before. So challenges. Title of the paper is very long. Nobody's going to find it. So this is the modern age. So good luck on your journey. For most people that in graduate school is struggle to meet well. In fact, I remember one graduate course I took 3 times. Of course, I passed and got an A, but somehow I thought I still needed to. I went back and thought, each time I learned. Good luck on your journey, and try to build cohorts, depending on the courses you take, causing the difficulty. You can be sure that other people in the class are experiencing it. So, talking amongst yourself. Okay, so enjoy, good luck, and welcome. Does that take questions?
You can if you'd like. Thank you so much, then. Does anyone have any questions for Jean Klein? Ooh.
All kids apply to come. Something. Program. Each year, the National Fund. Called the major research station. Two of them and the third proposal is building. So we have most of the time people that's customized. This year, components. Two. Up to you to set the box. Question.
Any, any other questions? All right, well, thank you so much, Dean Klein. Okay, so next up. Yeah, next up we have Dr. Daniel Strongen. He is the Associate Dean of Graduate Affairs, which I work for, so my boss. He is here to welcome you and give you a little bit of information about CST in general. So I'm gonna pop it over to the first slide here and then just kind of nod when you want me to change it up for you.
Welcome, everybody. It's a real pleasure to kind of present an overview of the College of Science and Technology. I gave really a lot of sage advice for the field. And he also mentioned that his first paper was 1962, which happened to be the year I was born.
Don't tell him that.
So it was great. But let me talk a little bit about that. Actually, let me talk a little bit about just mention that the College of Science and Technology. I've been here for over. And when I first got here, there was no CST. There was the School of Art and Science. Then in 1998, the college split, and the College of Science and Technology was formed. And you know, it was tough going at the beginning. You know, you get a new college, but things got ramped up pretty quickly. So highlights were like 2007, Highland Guy, Halo 310. Ramped up the research efforts. Already ramped up the extra ramp. And a provost 2012 and Dean Klein came out of 12. And again, it's a lot of improvement. As you just mentioned, we've got these two, research instrumentation grants. It's really very, very competitive. But that's just a little brief history, but let me talk about Temple University in general. You know, you're at a big school, you all know that. Got 27, over 27,000 students, 10,000 graduates. That's a big effort. And which is great, we have 1,900 international students. That really gives the campus great global culture, a lot of culture on campus. And each of your departments, you probably have both advantages of it. Very beneficial educational experience. Got 17 colleges and schools, again, 5 professional schools, so again, a big place. 16 teaching labs in science, education, and research center, which is what you're in the building here. The building has computer information science, physics, part of chemistry is in here, or biolight. The building is constructed in 2004. Well, it's relatively new. It's amazing, how they carved it in here. How they crammed it in. Amazing. So we've got 6 departments in CST, all just phenomenal departments. Well, let me roll through. How many biology students here? All right.
Yeah. Hey, bio.
Chemistry.
Yay, chemistry. Woo!
Computer information science.
Hey, Gloria.
Got a good strong quality. First, environmental science.
There's like 3 of you, I remember.
One of the smallest, always fantastic departments.
Yeah.
Guys will have a lot of fun. And earth environmental science, you could be pretty important. Mathematics. Okay, and finally physics. All right. Woo. All right. I'm showing you all the departments. And again, you've got a great experience here. And that's part of, I'm faculty in chemistry, but I also, my side gig is Associate Dean Graduate Affairs. So, and Jenny is the does admission and, in the office, so Penny's fantastic. We won't get to see her that much because, typically, the graduate affairs really doing everything behind the scenes, taking care of your appointments. And hopefully making your progress through your individual program pretty smooth. And so we handle grant for credit. Well, I've got all this stuff listed.
That's fine. I bumped up to it because you're.
Okay.
you're talking fast.
I didn't read my mind. Slowly working. I'm worried. So our tasks include, admission, of course, enrollment, training credit, right? So a lot of you bring, credits that you earn, in your graduate career or even in your master's. So on. So we take care of those transfer credits, teaching and research appointments, pretty important. Once paycheck at the end of the month. So we take care of those, right? So most of you will probably experience, most of you probably have, really important, to do a good job. Pretty, especially if you don't have them. So really, and it's important to us, right? What makes all the undergraduates really important. Try to do that very possible, but to try to reach together. So, part of that is, making sure they have really good, take that job seriously. Very important. And it's fun too. It's fun helping. Have a student come in and research. Right, so those are kind of your research in your lab and graduation process. So that would become forward to process your graduation. Then wait. All right.
So I know you have this one and this one.
Yeah. Okay. So facts about CST again. In 1998, I just mentioned that. Relatively kind of moderate size school, 180 full-time faculty. A lot of, so this is different than first slide. Kind of focusing down in college, science, and technology. 370 graduate students, postdocs. Almost all the full-time faculty have the terminal degree. PhD. And again, this is what I just mentioned. CST depends on the particular slide. CST depends on graduate students. Really important. Good came up. Okay. I thought I'd throw in a few tidbits about university and faculty. You're ready for grading to get a good choice coming here. And Columbia University is the Carnegie R1 Research Institute. And it's very prestigious to be at classification of these very high research activities. We actually looked up Carnegie classification. Just below is kind of a little pie chart. This is taken off the research off the research. This is 2008 data, but just kind of showing where. Fortunately, it's a little small, but in the center of that chart, it says 257 million expenditures in 2016. The big slice of that pie is the student benefit. It made up 39% of that. But look at college of science and technology. So fantastic research effort in this college. And it's not the biggest college around. You've got two relatively small. Great. This is just a little kind of promotion for the faculty we have here. So we have some faculty coming. So everybody's a great pick to work with. What I show at the bottom is there's two 2014 AID article that this is the most cited ever. The list of 100 papers. Right there. And 3 CST factors are included. Gone to physics, Kumar in biology, and the dean. That's pretty impressive. So a lot of high-powered science. Okay, Jane. Great. Okay, so
Here we go.
give me that other slide.
Oh, sorry, that one.
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, I kind of all mentioned all of it. But you know, just to reiterate that we handle the most of the administration. And recently, we got program that with the restriction. Okay, and we're located 340 Tarnell Hall, but again, you know, typically, you know, you wouldn't communicate with us directly through your graduate program. Take it to the next slide. And these are very important people. And these are people who you're going to, depending on what department, go to the Department of History. So in biology, this Sandy Burma. So these are people that, you know, you're going to go through the public registration, check on PA appointment, check on RA appointment. Basically, your go-to person in the department. You'll get to know them, really great people, and work with them. So biology, Sandy Burma, in CIS, Billy Marshall, in chemistry, Tanya Santiago, and physics, Dana Lozano, and in PPS, Min. And you know, everybody here to help. Just remember, you know, don't feel bad about going, but you're part of it. You know, if you've got questions, you know, we want you to be, obviously want you to be happy here, have graduate students, productive graduate students, and you know, these are the people. Easier. So let me stop there, and if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to field one or two, although I'll be around afterwards. But it's great having you all.
We have the graduate student organization at the end too. I just wanted to like plug them because they're coming at the end, so they're not here yet, but.
Individual departments have kind of little kind of club activities. I mean, I'm back in the seminar series. But okay, but it's something to ask, you know, within your specific department. So, okay, any other? Okay, so again, welcome. You'll have hopefully you get a lot of information. And most importantly, best wishes for your
Yay. So thank you so much for that and some information about CST. And so now I have for you Dr. Rachel Stark. She's here to present about the care team And then again, if you want to, that's what you want me to change. So I'll let her take it away.
I do my best. So I'm gonna see through my slides. Welcome to Temple. We're so here. I work in the Dean of Students office, and our first topic for your orientation is about our students. But in student affairs, we always use acronyms. So our care team is the crisis assessment response education. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the tragedy that occurred all these years ago. And these will be from up in the wake of that, so we can prevent any sort of tragedy on. It's really all about communication. So the care team is a group of folks from around the institution. All the time, and I can provide our to a referral, should you have a concern about a student. But we do come together to think about the student, to kind of get any sort of background information that we have on the student, then determine the best set of intervention for that individual. I work on a team with 2 additional case managers, and so we're working all the time to make sure we have support and assistance. Go back one slide, sorry. So I just wanted to mention. Oh no, you're fine. Go back. Yeah, I know that. These are the folks that sit on the care team, just in case you were interested in both around some of the counseling services. Residential life, a lot of your students, graduate students may live right here on campus, disability resources, general counsel, etc. We've been working together for quite some time. So how do you make a referral? Or why rather, would you? No, that one's good. Okay, so how do I refer? I'm gonna, like I said, I have some orders for you, probably not enough. I'll have to get Jenny some more so you can take that one per person. We have an online link, so it's just all there for y'all. You can click on that and put in your contact information. Also, please though, do not do that in the event that you feel there is an immediate threat to safety. Call campus safety. It will be with you in no time. So I want you to feel really confident about the response of our campus police and our police professionals, and they will come and assist you. It's a good idea to put into your cell phone and mail the phone number for campus, which is 215-234-1234, or if you were to call from a campus phone, which is 9-3 is 112. But you can just put that into your phone. Other thing that might happen to you as a TA is that you're going to be that person that students know, who they're interacting with on a daily basis in class. So they may disclose something to you that they're struggling with a mental health concern, they need additional assistance. I want you to feel really comfortable with things. And I walk you to the counseling center for you, whatever is comfortable for you. But please don't feel like you need to act as their counselor. Also, the one other thing to remember is to never promise confidentiality to the student. Somebody wants to come to you and say, I need to share this with you, I don't want you to tell anyone else. Immediately say, I'm so sorry, I cannot promise that type of confidentiality based on what you're telling me. I may use it for my. Again, this folder that you're gonna get is chock full of all of these resources, locations, email addresses, office hours, all that kind of good stuff. So if you don't have all that, and it'll make you reference to it. So what happens after a care referral? I feel like we may have skipped a slide that was why would I refer? Let me just mention that. You would refer a student in the event that you see that there's a marked change in behavior. If they are somebody who's very engaged in class and they now become very withdrawn, if you want to know about that. If they are missing class, they again have been there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like to know about that. We really try our best, like I said, at the beginning to form this support network and to return. The littlest thing might be well to us. And if you're sending a referral our way, we might also have one then from English. We might also have one from the resident calls, and our database can work to house all of that information together. And so we are getting referrals from multiple spots. That's just helpful to know. Also, if somebody is disclosing to you that they're struggling with some sort of mental health concern or maybe like death of a family member, anything that's going to cause alarm to you that you just or even that reaction that perhaps something is going on and you'd like somebody else to know. I would rather do over refer than under refer. No referral is too small. And if you're wondering, like, really, should I not? Give our office a call. I'll be happy to chat with you over the phone. Whether or not, you know, like we need a full self-care referral. Okay, so what happens after? As I shared previously, the student's going to get some sort of individual outreach. That could look as minimal as. So I don't want you to feel like, oh gosh, I don't want to refer them because the alarm bells are going to ring and the students don't come with challenging individuals. That's not true at all. We really try hard just to make sure that if there was an absence to the call room, we might call them, might text them. We're just going to be encouraging them to continue on as a student or help with them to work on a plan. Leave the universe. That's fine too with them as well. So really, we're just monitoring, we're just checking in, and we want to make sure that they're all right. So this is our public referral form. It's again on the folder, it's again on our web. Very easy to find. I wanted to just briefly mention the Student Affairs Emergency Aid Fund. That's another thing that my office coordinates. If your student is refugee that they need help in some way for circumstance, please, have that in Africa. You can absolutely refer to that. That again is an online about going to the Dean's office webpage. And then the last thing I wanted to share is that you may be in receipt of something called an absence notification. Student has disclosed to us that they had a death in the family, that they were hospitalized, that they, some sort of strange circumstance for a certain amount of time. You may get an email from the Dean's office saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know, so and so disclosed that they're going to be out from this date to this day. Can you please offer flexibility? That is a request. That is not a directive. You are the faculty member for that course, and we can take that information. We do offer that service to students to make them aware to stress on them if they have had a tragic incident in their personal life, so that they're not the one having to do all of this. I like 3 minutes. I know I sped through what I was going to talk about. Does anyone have any questions? It's really all about communication, not feeling as though you need to confront a scary or dangerous situation. Absolutely involved with the police, and don't serve as like this mental health counselor to have people on it. It's like refer. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it just all depends. And people often ask that, like they're concerned that the student would then feel some sort of way about the person who referred them. But often the student is so like, oh my gosh, so and so recognized that I was struggling, or they'll even say to me, oh my gosh, it was down. They know that they presented in one way or another that has led to concern. So I don't want you to feel nervous about that. And if we were like really got to fire best, we can always find a way, because like midterm ratings come out, or like some where they're bill, like there's always a way that I can call and be like, I don't know this. Also, putting on something. So like we right into no, that's great. Thank you for bringing that up. Absolutely not. This is a public forum. Anybody can use that. We get referrals from parents. We've got referrals to other institutions on our students. Yeah. Anybody can refer. Well, I really wish you best of luck. This is an exciting time to be on campus. I'll leave these folders. If you just want to let me know something more you need, I'm more than happy to get them over to your office. Fantastic. Okay, but this is a really handy resource. It goes over what's number. Why will I call it today? Some behaviors, observable behaviors as to why you might refer based on physical, emotional, academic signs. We went over why, we went over what happens after, and then the tips that we talked about regarding mentality. Remember also for Family Education Rights Privacy Act, observable behaviors in your classroom do not align with the law. Okay, that's all about your academic record, and behavior is included on the list. And we're all under the simple umbrella, so you're welcome to share with me any as that. Collected. And then this is just a flow chart regarding different referral resources on campus. For again, behavioral, academic, financial, and another. So it's a nice little one-stop shop. This is also available for more of a video person. But I get kept getting distracted going with the actual folder. Here you go.
Folder. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, everyone. Thank Rachel. Okay. So now we have Dr. Mark Koloko, who's going to speak about the graduate student DEI and career. Well, that's his title, I guess. He's the director of graduate student DEI and career development. So he's going to speak about the professional development services, but I have not met him. Hi, are you Dr. Mark Koloko? I was going to say, I don't know who I'm looking for. This is Dr. Mark Koloko. Welcome. Feel free to give me a little nudge when you want your slides changed.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trump University. Again, my name is Mark Loco, and I'm the director of graduate student diversity, equity, and inclusion, and career advancement, specifically graduate school. And I'm wishing you a warm welcome from the graduate school to talk a little bit about our professional development services, specifically within the graduate school. So the graduate school, we actually oversee all aspects of graduate education. We're heavily involved. You get ready to finish. We're heavily involved with your dissertation being submitted. We're also really involved with certain fellowships. Some of you might be on specific fellowships here at the university that are involved with that topic as well. Also, the graduate bulletin, which had all the different courses of all the different schools and colleges, were involved with that. But the graduate school, not only in looking at just overseeing graduate education, we also are really concerned with your experience as graduates. And that's where my role comes. Professional development services are really just to support you with growing as a professional, continuing to thrive as a professional while being here at graduate school. Graduate school is a unique experience, whether you do a master's or a doctoral degree. And my role is really just to help you really just that. So the mission that I specifically have for professional development services, as you can see up here, is to promote student success, to promote an inclusive community, to promote career readiness for our graduate students. Well, I didn't mention that. Actually, I have a postdoc for office within the graduate school. For student success, again, graduate school might be completely new for you, and there's just it's a very unique experience. I think learning how to work with the faculty. Some of you might be working while completing your. Those are just different challenges that you have to go through as you're going through graduate school. I'm someone that has gone through multiple graduate degrees, and one of the things I enjoy talking to students about on individual. How do you speak successful? How do you speak to that? How do you really advocate for yourself? Sometimes you need to speak up for yourself to make sure that you get what you need as a graduate student. You can talk with me about this, how you be successful as you're. We're here to support the college and make it finish the college. Also, we're about promoting inclusive community. Graduate school is becoming more and more diverse. We have people from so many different backgrounds, and that's really great for college. It's really awesome to see people from so many different walks of life that are contributing to the academic diversity. We want to make sure that everyone feels welcome, everyone feels that they are supported while they're in the experience. So one of the things that I do is I partner with some of the different offices that are here at the university, make sure that we want events where people feel that they can gather, they can feel included, that they feel really welcome. Then the third area that I kind of oversee is career development. So I've actually been here for decades. So for 10 years now, I've been supporting whether it's undergraduate students or graduate students with finding their career choice. I particularly enjoy seeing graduate students on maybe some of you in this room are thinking of industry. Maybe you are getting a doctoral, know that you're probably going to go into some private sector, some private industries. Or you might be going into academia. Whatever path you're considering, my office helps out with getting your professional development, marketing materials together, making sure that you're ready for interviews, do a lot of the kind of career development support. You can kind of check it out. I'm going to work. So just an overview of kind of what I said. I went over some the mission of my office, but again, I do a lot of one-on-one. So I'll show you exactly how you can set up a time with me, but I encourage you to set up an appointment to talk about if you need your resume updated, you have an interview coming up. Here, if you're thinking about changing career, maybe that's a year or two from now. You meet with the individual, and different resources that are out there that can help you with making sure you end up. And also that kind of getting ready, being prepared with any graduate school, navigating graduate school. We run different types of workshops that help you with in how to thrive, how to be successful, and again, how to be ready for. I mentioned too that we run different types of events that are about promoting community. So there's another office that's here and they focus a lot on diversity. We partner with them to do different types of networking events, also just different workshops on how do we create really this year. So I want to give you some of the specific events. I don't want to give you an overview of what we do. So on the next slide, I want you to see some of what I have planned to do this particular fall. This particular fall, hopefully you see all those events. These are some of the workshops that I would encourage you to take a screenshot of it. But as I was saying, if you want to work on your resume, even if you want to work on your CV, you're going to come to a workshop setting. You could go to this resume and cover letter workshop with September 21st. I'll be talking with you a little bit how to prepare those marketing materials, how to prepare your cover letter. So you can go to a session for that. Again, you want to make sure that you're feeling comfortable and thriving while you're here at graduate school. So we partnered with the Wellness Resource Center, which focuses a lot on mental well-being. They're going to be talking about imposter. You're in a new experience, you feel like I don't really belong there. They're going to talk about how do you feel more confident being in this with student experience. That's going to be Tuesday, October 4th. That one would actually be in person. I'm also going to be doing a career planning and job search workshop. Talking about, start thinking about what you might want to do with your life. One of the things about completing a graduate school degree, you're going to get so many amazing skills, so many great technical skills. Every job, folks are talking about how to apply for those skills. That's what we'll talk about. That we actually partnered with an organization, Wix. Maybe you've heard of Wix. They do websites. We're actually going to be coming to talk about how you can get a website, personal website, with that particular company. So if you're interested in creating your own kind of website, there's a great deal that they offer. Also, running a session on, again, what does it look like to create inclusive? How do we make, so one thing I've heard as you, if you're going to be working with students, undergraduate students, and it's really important as instructors that you create an environment where those students feel comfortable. It's also important for your class. You create an environment where all your classes. That's what we had in diversity all talk about. How do you be inclusive? How do you be a leader that meets other people? That's going to be a session that's happening November 2nd. And then LinkedIn, which is one of my favorite topics. I love talking about LinkedIn, how you can use it to network. We'll have a session late in November, how you can upgrade your. These are all the different types of workshops that we run. These are the fall workshops. There'll be workshops in the spring. Every single semester, my office is running. Next slide. How do you access all this information? You can go to the graduate school website, but there's another platform that's here at Temple for anything that's kind of career related, and that's called the Handshake. So maybe your previous you were using this platform, but this is a university-wide job and internship. Log on to Handshake, you look at all different types of job opportunities, but in addition to that, you can find all the events that I talked. So if you go on this platform, you can look at all the events that are at the university, and you can set up appointments as well. So if you wanted to meet with me specifically, I usually encourage people to go to this platform. All you need to do to access Handshake, You go to temple.joinhandshake.com, and then you should be able to you'll create a profile, and you should be able to get all of that content. So I really encourage, make sure that you grab that particular link, check out all the different services that are really on that particular platform. And the other two run by the Lear Center. They're not here today, but that's another office that's really helpful. So I can. So that's a little bit about the main platform that I encourage you to look at, be able to kind of connect with appointments, events, and on the last slide, I have my contact. So I also welcome you to send me an email if you got lost in any of the information that I shared, or send me an email. Not redirect you to, but I really do just a lot of appointments, helping you to feel confident and successful within graduate school, helping you to be prepared for the job search. And we also just do a lot of different workshops and events, partnering with around the university. Again, really help you have my email, you have the website to the graduate school, and then if you get this presentation, you can actually click on those bottom to get to how to set up an appointment as well as how to register. So that's a little bit of the services at the graduate school. Again, my name is Mark Loco. I'm the director of diversity equity for advancement. Here to support you. That I'll end my time and see if there's
Any questions?
great. So if you have the information, feel free to reach out.
Of course, thank you. All right, so our next, so I just want to check, because I'm just going to tell you about the COVID policy in a second. Is Donna Gray here yet? She's our representative from campus safety. I just didn't want to make her wait through the COVID stuff if she was already here. Okay, it looks like we're still waiting for her, so this is perfect. So I'm going to tell you about, we just received the fall 2022 COVID-19 policy updates, so I just wanted to go through them, make sure everybody was on the same page. As you know, the city of Philadelphia still requires vaccination for all students, faculty, and staff, meaning all must have your original vaccine series or the approved exemption. Booster shots are recommended. We have appointments. The employee health services and the student health services can be scheduled through patient health portal. And they actually are having clinics at the end of the month. So I wanted to point that out just in case anyone was interested in getting a booster and didn't have one yet. Masks are required in any space considered a healthcare space, clinical spaces, and in settings where clinical spaces are incorporated within the learning environment. They are optional in settings like this or outdoor, anything that's a non-healthcare space, okay? But we have masks available for free across the campus. When you come in, usually whoever's stationed there, the security person has a box of surgical masks. There's also N95 ones floating around at different locations. If you are symptomatic at any point, there will be COVID testing in Morgan Hall. And initially, this was information I thought I didn't know, so I figured I'd include this for you. Initially, asymptomatic testing will be offered, but is planned to be phased out. So as long as we continue to maintain this over 90% vaccination rate, last year we were at 97, we can all, nobody has to continue to do asymptomatic testing. So that's done immediately. The tests are readily available and easy to obtain. So once they close the asymptomatic testing center, they're going to provide free at-home COVID tests for students at various locations. And all you have to do is swipe your TUID card. The University Housing and Residential Life, as well as contact tracers, will be working with anyone who does test positive. And if you do, you are still encouraged to isolate at home away from campus. So I believe that's all the information we have about COVID. Do we have any questions about COVID or anything like that? Okay, so while we wait, I think our representative from campus safety might be running a minute or two late. I can pass out these now, so I can then ask her how many more. And get started passing out. If you didn't get a folder, we can make sure you get one. Don't worry about that. All right, so since our campus safety representative is running a couple minutes late and I don't want to hold up the whole thing, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the graduate student organization. After we hear from campus safety, we have some student panelists who are going to come up who are current graduate students, and you can ask them any questions you'd like. But I'm just going to go ahead and fill you in on the graduate student organization while we wait. So the purpose of the graduate student organization is to provide friendly and supportive environment for all graduate students at the College of Science and Technology. In addition, it provides opportunities for social, academic, and professional development, as well as networking events. The GSO membership is open to all graduate students enrolled at Temple, and there is no university registration fee required. Okay. Officers are GSO board members that make sure the GSO maintains its goals. The students in the organization select the officers via votes that take place. I believe the voting is still in progress for some of these roles, so there are open roles. We have the president, who is Mariner Crockton, the vice president, the media chair, Elizabeth Garrison, DEI representative is Hannah Kim, department representative is still in progress, and the director of members engagement is open as well. So this is a great organization if you want to get involved. Last year they had a couple little events. We all got together with the graduate, like the whole TARA awards and graduate student organization got together and did a little lunch, and it was really nice. Everybody got to discuss their research and kind of cross connect between departments. It was very nice. Last spring, they established this organization, so it is fairly new. They have general meetings. They connected graduate students through social accounts and focused on landing jobs post-graduation in CST. They had an alumni panel. In the panel, current graduate students met CST alumni and got advice about finding internships and jobs. That was what they did last spring. And this is their contact information. Should you be interested, you can always just email cst.gso@temple.edu. And everybody I've spoken to from there has been super friendly. And so I highly encourage you to join. They do lots of fun things. I believe that's all of the information about that. Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead. And if you want to take like a couple minute break, run to the bathroom or anything, I'm sure our campus safety representative will be here momentarily. So we'll just wait a moment. Yeah, she just said she was running late. She told Megan she would be late. So she said she'd be here by like 11:25. Oh, Donna's here, of course, yeah. I didn't see anybody come in. Oh, well, we'll let them come back and then. Hi, are you Donna? Hi, I'm Jenny. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you for the email.
Of course, anytime. We're so happy you could come. I just sent them for a little bathroom break real quick. I'm gonna take over.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes, this is my first, I've only started working here in April, so yeah, I'm very new. I'm very new.
This is like healthy.
Yeah, I can tell. When I was driving in today, I was like, oh no, it's moving for some dorms. There's stuff going on everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's stuff going on. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So
Well, I super appreciate it. I know, right?
What are you doing?
Oh, seriously, I completely understand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great,
I'm
perfect.
coming back.
All right, awesome. Okay, great.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
be quick. I'm not-
Fantastic.
I know what it's like when.
Mhm. Yes. Yes. They're so cute. Pretty good, pretty good. I gave them a little break. So hopefully they'll file, yeah, so hopefully they'll file back in. In like the next minute or so, and then we'll get Donna started, and then we just have to do the student panel and we're done, so. Who keeps calling me and why? She's our campus safety rep. Yeah. Yeah. For safety, that's so funny. I know, they're everywhere. Oh yeah, here's everybody. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably enough for everybody. Too many more here. So. I feel like that's most people. Should I wait? Maybe there's like one or two. Okay, all right. So I'll go ahead and introduce you. Are you sure? Okay.
Hi, do you know why you're here?
Hello, everyone.
You're here to find out about safety, and I swear, if our initials are CSS, I'm telling you, one of those S's stood for sexy, everybody will be like, yeah, a little more. But because of safety, people, are like, I don't even know about safety. I'm not wanting to know about safety. Now is, safety is in everything we do as a department, but we want it to be in what you do too. So I'm not gonna go through telling you every little thing, because let's be honest, you're not going to remember, okay? And I understand that. I can't wait to that many times when people told me, this is critical. You need to know this. This is what's really critical. This is what you need to know. Pull out your phones. And I want you to put, that's a call, 215-204-1234. That's what I want you to put in your phones. That's the number. You can put it as TD, you can put it as TD. I don't care how you put it, but for you, you need to know that that is your lifeline. Okay. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you, I'm going to quickly tell you about our staff. Okay, so we have certified sworn police officers. You know what I mean, right? Okay. Say no more, Donna. We got that message. So, when they've been through an accredited academy, they know what they're doing. They receive annual training. We also have our security duties. So when you came into the building, you know, where that you should do it. Even though I'm pretty infamous around here, they won't let me in without my ID. They're kind of strict that way. So carry your ID. We also have our own security divisions that you can keep them around here. I'm going to give you some handouts, and the handouts will convey more information. Excuse me, but I don't want to give those to you now because what you'll do is you'll get the handouts and you won't pay attention to it. Here's the thing, and you're not going to get to sit there the whole time. You're going to okay? So, let's start with you. Okay, yeah. Cool. Did you like that? I love.
Wait, yeah, let's talk. Sorry. So sorry.
This is something that I appreciate. Because if I'm a criminal element, I'm thinking, I want that phone. I'm sure not gonna get that phone from her now, who's quite the couple. Who would look kind of foolish rolling around and around trying to get that phone out of my pocket. But good for that. But they see. Did you? Am I too close? So what are you doing? Okay, what if you kind of let me back enough? Anybody got any suggestions for her? Run. I could run fast. I will leave these shoes and run or go straight to win. I'm not gonna do it. Call the police. To do that. I want you to come in with me. Stop. Ah. Finally, go. Yeah, as fast as you can. Stop. It's all about awareness, right? I see her, I know that she's coming. Round of applause. I heard it's so called. Now, let me know when I get too close, but don't turn around. Let's try that, let's reverse. What do you want? First off, nobody has eyes in the back of their head, right? But here's what I want you to be mindful of. If I'm walking around the campus, there's glass. A lot of the little ones have glass. Some windows have glass. So I can use those to kind of judge that somebody's behind me. I know he's following me. I'm not gonna run. Oh, go ahead. I forgot my wallet. Sometimes people are like, what? Well, where am I running to? It's great if there's no building. It's great if there's a police person on the corner, but if there's nobody, I'm just running and he's running after it. But kind of like turn and say, no, you go ahead. I gotta go this one. Make the person go. You. This one's because he's gonna now come and approach me. Stop! Always gonna use that voice because for those of you that are falling asleep, I want you to know something's going on here. Round of applause. Because I get this question sometimes, I get it a lot. And so we're just gonna assume, and hopefully I will do this, and she actually has, you don't have pepper spray, do you? You don't have mace, you don't have any of that stuff. Okay, well, let's just pretend that I'm that creepy person. We're walking and I start walking near you and you have your mace. So go ahead, let me have it. Spray me. Oh, but you know what? The wind is blowing in your direction. I'm just standing here like, are you feeling all right now? I'm like, you just made it. Now, let's assume that you're the bad person. You're coming. I got my mace. I'm not even gonna bother with this, so keep coming. Stop! Voice. And what's the purpose of the hand? Come on, you're smart people, tell me. Why don't I put my hand there? Enforcing the distance, yeah, because see, I can keep backing up. Now, if there gets to be a point where I'm not comfortable backing up, guess what? I'm in the perfect position, I'm nice and balanced, and I will say, if you keep coming, I will hit you. Is that appropriate? Yeah, if you've given people warning, does that mean I want you to go over there? No, not at all. I want you to use your voice. I want you to tell people what to do. So I'm gonna say, stop, stay away from me. I'm going to give those commands. Okay? Yeah, I need one more volunteer. Relative action. Well, hopefully I can put all this together for you all, because otherwise we'll just think it's scary out there, right? I'm gonna turn. I'm that bad person. When it's not behind me, I say, don't turn around. I have a weapon. Give me your first.
Sure.
What should you teach them? What should you teach people? This is for all of you, for everybody who's in this group. And I'm just a tough one, anyway. Anywhere you want to, what should you do? Thank you. Comply. She's not gonna fight me for this, she's not at the end gonna grab and we're gonna tussle over this.
Because guess what? You don't want to get hurt. And she described me to the police. Yes. Hopefully, her phone is not in here, but if it is, she still has a way to make contact with us. Thank you so much. The number, and then the officers that we have on the campus. There are some good safety features here to assist you. Number one, it is well lit on the campus. So you can read all the materials that you get outside later tonight. But if you think that's what I want you to do, then you're kidding yourself. No, because I may be hanging out and you're screaming at you. Don't do that. Pay attention. Be aware. Be aware. So the other thing is, it's really well lit. There's also the idea that we have a lot of cameras on this campus, more than you can imagine. You're walking on Broad Street, smile, because probably you're on a camera somewhere, people are looking at you. So just smile like you're in the camera, which you probably are, okay? You may have done anything. The other thing though, is we have 68 total emergency phones. You know those tall blue things? When you press that button, it's going to say, calling police. If I'm a criminal, do I want to hear call police? No, my whole thing is I'm trying to avoid the police. So if you press the button and I hear that, I'm leaving. I'm gone. Likewise, if you're loud, you take the jump on me, so to speak, in terms of being loud, reacting, and I don't want to bother with you either. Those are all about being able to do what they're going to do quickly and quietly. So if there's any noise, they're not in. Okay? In addition, though, we have a new feature. It's Simple Guardian, and it's an app. And I have the little information for you. You will download it on your phone and you can have a virtual walk. That can be with our department, it can be with your friends, it can be whatever. So you're going from point A to point B, and when you get there, you disengage the timer. If you don't disengage the timer, someone in our communication center is going to call. And if they come, they're going to say, Donna, you forget. Of course. One less feature. In addition to that, in the virtual world, having a buddy, you can actually get a security officer to walk you from point A to point B and our patrol boundaries. Our patrol boundaries go from 18th Street to 9th Street, and then from Susquehanna down to Jefferson or Girard. There's a little cutout for field down there. So we got you covered. We work closely with the Philadelphia police, what you need to know. The other thing is that we have shuttle service. So the shuttle service is changed. It used to be like an Uber on demand, but we're down to the bus would show up and somebody would be there because people would be like, I could walk there quicker than waiting. So now we have 6 stops, and there's like 43 of them on the campus. But you please download an app for everything, and then that will let you know when the bus is near your location. So you don't have to stand out there in the rain and the cold wondering if the bus is coming. So lots of safety features. But do you want to know what makes this a safe campus? Not the officers, not our teachers, not gadgets. You really want to know what? You want. So here's the other thing here. When you watch the news and you hear all of these things about all of this, the reason why we're so fortunate is because when people get concerned about something, they report it. So I can't emphasize enough. So much situation. Also, we talk to each other. We go to work so well. And I like that. I like that Al really care about everything in the nest. So it's not like we need to thank us. We need to thank you. Thank you not just for coming here, but for it's very safe and very impressive. So this is really good. Now, if you haven't done it, please sign up for the alerts because my call will be up. Sometimes the alerts are like, oh, it's 3 in the morning. Why do I need that alert? Sometimes we do that happen. And the alerts are not just about crime. we do this when the place shuts down, or, you know, so I've always been very. When you send that alert, let me know. Okay. Like, it's not. Okay. We have 5 locations on campus. If you ever need any, stop in. Ask, here. We want to get you from this orientation, graduation, and beyond. Thank you. Thank you so much. First thing is gonna be about the garden, next thing is about light, then it's gonna be the one we have to work earlier. That's gonna be the referral now, okay? I can leave you for the table out there so that it will be less disruptive to everybody. But by all means,
Anything's
one up.
fine. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
have a great day, and thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask our student panelists to come on down. Mark, Jay, Sanjay, Louise, and Shelley. These high chairs here are for you. We have water bottles in case. Also, if you are, so feel so inclined, we have. If you don't like to forget, all you have to do is click it off. Feel free to go. All right. So I'm gonna come around here. So now your chance to ask our panelists any questions you might have. I gave them some questions. So I'm going to ask them 1 or 2, and then you have time with anything. So 45 for anyone who feels they would like. Describe your average day as. I really kind of a little bit different than some of the days we've got very live. And I research position is much more directed, it's a lot higher. My office like on the 500 as well.
For me, it's pretty much the same. As I said, I do everything, minus the cooking. But yeah, so my first day when I was teaching, was around the class schedules. 2 classes that I was teaching on the same day, I didn't make of work with kids. And it's one class a day, or usually we have out that on our day, I get to work, flexible hours depending on my own convenience. The work we do. Some of the things I do experimental science. So we have to and sometimes we can have like night work also, but that's not always. That would be like running like little late or we don't have to do and complete that. But I'm not scared into that. You have I do every day coming in the lab and doing the work and the work and the thank that instead of my nature of research, we travel around the world and we have the other things like that.
I'm gonna introduce myself.
Yeah.
Start off with why I'm Mark. I did your biology. I didn't start the PhD until I was 29 when I started around there. Now, last time I taught, actually, how old am I? So, what's this is PhD stress a little bit. But it's great. But to answer the question of and upon nature. So the first 2 years you're going to be doing classes, you're going to be teaching. And so most of your time is going to revolve around that. Research is really going to take a back seat because you're learning techniques. You're going to be in the lab, not all that. Later, when you're doing your actual research, focusing on your dissertation, don't teach it all, you don't get another one. Can you just kind of do whatever needs to happen that day? So there are 2-3 week stretches where I'm just writing a paper. But then there's other days where I will be in the lab every day, days, doing experiments because it took a month to set up and I'm not. And so the important thing to remember is that what you and your advisor be upon firm expectations, and also whatever's happening here. Like I have 2 kids, so I have plus you're a little older, 24-year-old baby. Our life experience are going to be different.
And if we could just go back down this more, and then if we can have everybody introduce themselves.
I'm very proud from Department of Physics, and I am currently on 6 years from now.
I'm Sanjay. I'm a IT coordinator in the Department of Chemistry. I work with companies.
All right, so let's open it up to you. Who has questions for everyone?
How do you feel about like using for human? I'll start. You guys want to do it?
However you'd like to.
Let's just get there. I think everyone has a different point of view. So before I did a master's degree before I started a PhD. Master's advisor said, told me the story of, oh, there's all these animals that wander into this cave. None of them come out. The reason they didn't come out is because there's a bear in that cave. It looked like a really nice, safe place. There was a bear in that cave. Picking your advisor is a lot like that. So the reality is that being graduate students, it's not like working for a corporation where there's set firm expectations for everybody in the corporation. Each lab has its own rules and expectations that follow those. And so when picking your advisor, the most important thing is, first of all, they have money. Secondly, that they have a track record of successfully getting students to graduate. Have somebody who gets people in their lab and then after a year, no, that's not a safe place to be. Will not succeed. And then third, that there are other people in that lab. Nothing is more lonely than being a PhD researcher all by yourself, right?
So I continue that. So I have an experience of changing mentors, like I think that I was on my second year. So it's better to start you early and decide whether it fits for you or not. Because if it is 4th year, you might get out whether I should stay on each year or not. So if you're going on the 1st year from that and decide whether it fits for me or not, then you can always have safe time to in the 2nd year or maybe program in the 3rd year. So what we need is decide with a couple of mistakes for professor in your department or in the department. And then also talk with the seniors who were doing the research in this group. And also the other thing is, when you talk with the professor, just like you are doing like what kind of thing you do for my research, what is your plan for the new graduate, which project you are going to give me, how many projects you will do for the year, those kind of things also you can ask them so that you can have a reason or not to ask you. And also, of course, the argument that are going to be as a grant or not, that also matters to some points. And yeah, I mean, the main thing is this, and also, I don't know about other departments, recently department launched the research project. So you can do in different groups within the first or second year, and decide like which is the best for you.
I pretty much agree with what Martin said, and I don't add anything to what the three said. It's also important to consider the people that you're going to be working with in the lab, not just the advisors, because these are the people that you're going to be working with on a day-to-day basis. Because many of the people in the lab are also grad students. So always, like your compatibility with your advisor is great, you like the research, but for all the lab members are toxic and going through your study, you're probably not going to thrive in that environment. So you need to get a sense of what the lab requirement is, and if those people do your side of work, and you can fit into that environment differently. If it could be constructive for your project. And I actually, I've been lucky the last few years. I think I did more than what I would have because of the environment of the lab. I think it's pretty important to create and part.
My experience was different, I think, because I came in on the pre-25. So it's really, so I didn't, I got to take it over for, I think, Apple, and yeah. Also taking for more about myself. They usually match, but yeah, what they were saying about, and change the size of the after if you get into the situation, really, it's really important. So I want you to, and so this is not moving now. So that's what we want to believe in. And what we like, what is the special? I want to be back to the I will put on project and I think that so after I graduated, I was working in the company and then I got in touch with the organization. I actually so my professor don't worry about it much. And I think you Just a little bit. Then so he had me work on a couple of different projects. And for me, I also have time to eat it. Figure out what I want. And I have to be one of my life. Get to decide how you want to go forward and how much. How much you want to do. Yeah, I really different because finally I'm younger and like we were going to have a very plan. Like I came in and no feedback already. So I didn't really have so much figuring with my as a part of anybody, but then more time with my advisor who looked out like what my cookies and and then for like personal goal, I think that's something I'm my advisor for. And yeah, I think making when you meet with your advisor and having
Basing your research, it's important to get with science. If you do all this, so even if you plan, you say deadlines, you might not meet those. I think most advice is most all of us have something. Pretty okay with any progress that I would create. In terms of one thing that I noticed personally is for me, I used to put more pressure on myself on how much it's working, the pace at which I have to do research, but no particular reason I thought because of this. Which I did at the point, I kind of took a step back and started getting it. So for young graduates, well, it is important to realize that sometimes you might take undue pressure on yourself when you create your research, although that's not really necessary. So that's something that I do.
So I just want to get a couple of so if you have to pick up your personal rules, it goes on that. But the thing is, I'm working, and the meeting is coming on Friday, but when they get good advice, it's up about having as now. Then the issue might be solved immediately. The use doesn't wait until that because from my experience, what happened is I was working on something either. And then I was doing something differently. And then when I talked to my advisor, that you did good. That's how the problem. Sometimes you might be, waiting on the wrong day, and then if you wait until a week, then that will be my loss. It doesn't mean that you have to ask immediately time to time. Sometimes you have to take your whether I'm doing the wrong direction or I do. That might help. At least you have to see us sometimes.
Just a pretty good question. One was, how do I set a project? What if not? So the first part, the second part, how do I set it? Your concern is more about how do I not feel like I'm creating? Which is a justifiable thing. I went to everybody here. Seminars are going to be imposter syndrome. And we were talking about this in the back. So since I've been at year 5, I have 12 publications. I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel like there's no way I'm going to grab it. That happens all the time. That's a normal thing. The reason is because we're all around some of the smartest people in the world at all times. We're always comparing our own career to everybody else's highlighting. You're thinking, oh, my experiment didn't work this week, or I kind of slacked a little bit this week because I had family stuff going on. And then you see somebody else, and well, they just published, or they just got this award, or they're doing so well. Why am I not doing that? No, it's therapy and use. And so what it comes down to is first acknowledge that you're never going to feel perfect. That is part of being engaged. You're going to always feel like you're not doing it. There's a couple of weeks down the road, you're going to you would have been able to do projects. It's like these small, achievable goals. So as Sanjay said, it's really, it's not about, oh, I want to go and graduate with my kids. No, I'm going to work on this project with this small amount of time, and then I'm going to check it off. The rule is, if you start feeling that way, just say it to yourself. How do I know? But by this time, right? You can't swallow the whole thing. You have to break it up. Small. Well, real quick, I'll just say publication 5 years. Okay, for every experiment that you plan and you do, write 3 papers. Okay, the first, you're going to write a literature review. Okay, because before you start the experiment, you have to read everything that there is to know about that topic. You're going to summarize that. And guess what? That's the field of publication. You can do that. So you can say, hey, this is everything there is to know about this one. And here are the directions to go. That's one publication. Second publication is the research article. Okay, so you do all the research to answer the question. And then you publish the research publication. The third is that you probably invented some new method or way of doing whatever it is you did in order to answer the question. So then you write a paper about, well, this is how you solve this particular question. But for every single project that you do, it's publication about it. It's a lot of work. I don't care, but you can do it.
Can you start a little comment? So, I know it is difficult for you to start giving an answer. But trust me, if you're not actually doing it, what you want. People will come and tell you. Someone will tell you. So at least I'm not sure how it works. You got my copy, so
You have to go yeah.
so basically how it works, chemical department is always have to meet with that committee once a year to take it with them and interview in this project. And either time they have to use the to get a sense of where you are at once you keep their comments. But it's pretty difficult to meet their faces. The comments are pretty intense.